companies with, you could level the growth in terms of saying whether it's high growth or good growth, but growth. And if you look at that, how do you create a culture of people who are also helping you? Because you can only be as good as your weakest link, and we all know that's a very difficult thing, especially in bigger companies. I've been in a company that didn't do that and failed to innovate, and by failing to innovate, it eventually, was left on the heap, so to speak. How do you bring forth a culture? Now, Jeff, I know you talk about it in terms of, I know Beth Comstock's a good friend of mine. You advertise it, you really take that, you put a stake in the ground around it. How do you bring that to the people so that they feel the same way?
I think you need to have a few people that are around you that are kind of disruptors, that are agitators, and we've always tried to protect them. I think always has to be, particularly in a big company, a pretty strong external focus in terms of what do your customers want, what are your competitors doing, what are the big themes of the day, and then look, you've got to create funding, you've got to create oxygen, and if you don't stand up and create funding, if you say, look, I think digital is the wave of the future, but everybody has the same budget they walked in the door with, people are going to look at you and say, hey, BS, right? If you say, hey, I think digital is the future, and I'm going to set aside $2 or $3 billion, and I'm going to keep it on my balance sheet for a while we're working on it, then people say, hey, that might work. So you got to have a series of things. We're not always perfect at it, but maybe if I had to pick the most important, particularly in a big company, you need a few agitators that are at the table.
If you're gonna attract the best, and you're gonna keep them, they've got to believe that they are, I believe today anyway, changing the world and making a better world, and that they, in particular, meaning those key people for you that make the company, because it's not the company, it's the people. They've got to feel like that they're individually making a difference, and to that extent, that is innovation, and if it does make a difference, and it's a key word is useful, because innovation's way overused, but it's only innovation if it's useful and it gets used. And if they feel a part of that, they're going to stay with you. They're going to be, really excited and the adrenaline squirting out of their ears, because they're going to want to be part of that. They want to be part of something that makes a difference. And that's the most important thing. It doesn't matter if you're 5 guys or 50,000. It's the same.